What's going on, fuckers? This is going to be the rule set for the TFT tournament, which will be running on Wednesdays for the next 2 weeks. So it's not much of a long tournament, but it's what we're going to crack off with, and if we like it, then we might move it on to something a little bit more long term. But let's go over the rules. So to start off, as you can see from the screen currently, now appropriately zoomed in so you can see, we're only going to be accepting 16 people into this, which is a relatively large number, but I'm hoping relatively large amount of people are interested in doing it. The reason it's 16 is that only 8 people can play in a TFT game at once, and I want to have 2 concurrent games playing or simultaneous games playing at the same time. Now, here's where it gets a little bit different. So there's 16 players. Now, these 16 players are actually going to be grouped into groups of 4. Now, I'll explain this in a second. I'm hoping that's worked out right. No, it's not. The reason that the players are going to be in groups of 4 is that actually they're not all going to be playing. Sorry. The reason they're in groups of 4 is that they're going to continue to play with the people in their group, despite moving around a lot. So let's make an example just by moving shit around. These are going to be the 2 games at the start. Players 1 to 8 playing in a game, players 9 to 16 playing in a game. However, there's going to be another set of games. So in the second round of games, it's going to be exactly the same. But this time, instead of 5, 6, 7, 8 being on this side, it's actually going to be players 9 to 12 that are going to be filling in. That'll then happen again with the third round of games of the first week, where it's no longer players 1, 2, 3, 4 playing against 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9, 10, 11, 12, but actually 13, 14, 15 and 16. And these will be split up into these 3 concurrent weeks. These 3, in these concurrent games. They don't all fit, but yeah, fuck it. Go on then. You get the point, but whatever. So that's how those 3 games are going to be playing. All average around 40 minutes. So we'll be able to get them all done. And yeah, for those that get knocked out immediately, sorry, you're shit. So that's how it's going to run on the first week. In the end, there's going to be 3 tables, or maybe 4. We're going to have a list of winners from the 6 games. So that'll be player 1 down to player 6. As well as the list of winners, we're also going to have the group standings. So in each group, there's going to be a set of standings, which is going to be relatively straightforward. How high does each of the players rank within the groups? Next, we have I don't know how I'm going to word these, but like a constructors standings, we'll call it. So not only are you battling against the teams in your group to solve people's complaining that their group is harder than other people's, well, actually, you're also on the same team as your group. How high do your players in your group finish overall? So is group 1 compared to group 2, 3, and 4 going to be better? So maybe that player 3, despite finishing 3rd, is actually fairly decent. And as well as that, there's going to be the overall standings for the whole thing, which, as you can imagine, is probably going to be the main one, which is just league standings. This, again, relatively straightforward, is going to have all 16 players, but just no grouping system. So, whereas player 1 was top of, whereas player 9 was top of group 3, he's actually ranked 9th overall because his group just don't finish that high and don't get that many points. So that's how it's all going to run. At the end of the first week, that's already going to be decided for a second week of just a final round of games where the top 2 players from each group will compete in a final game, or maybe like a best of 3 or something. Probably, yeah, but we'll do a best of 3 to decide who is the ultimate playoff champion. Give people a chance to learn and develop from week 1 to week 2. It could potentially be a little bit of fun. I don't know if this is going to be streamable per se. If I can get enough people willing to stream the that'd be great. I don't know if you can spectate TFT games, but ultimately it's just so 16 people can have a lot of fun. And in the end, we'll have people who have won every individual game. So in the end, there'll be 9 winners. There'll be who's won their group. There'll be which group was the best. There'll be who finished high in the week 1 league, and then we'll have the playoff winner, I suppose. So there'll be a lot of people who still kind of get that they're just rewards in how they've played. All in all, that's going to be the rule set, relatively straightforward. For those who hadn't figured it out, just very simple. If you finish first, you get 8 points. If you finish second, you get 7 points. So on and so forth. Just to keep it simple, really. Allows you to play for the extra place to maybe get into the playoffs and get to play in the second week. I hope it'll be a little bit of fun. Any suggestions, feel free to hit me up. But ultimately, it's just about whether you want to join or not. I will be posting the sign up form alongside this video in news. And just let me know if you like it. And we'll crack on. I'm planning on streaming some top lane solo queue later. Playing some wacky picks. Because fuck playing Sion and Maokai and Ornn and other top lane tanks that exist. Boring champions is what I say. But anyway, I'll be doing that later if you just want to hop along. But that's that.